Hello, I'm Bo. My partner Win and I are budgeting by paycheck with separate bank accounts. This is what that looks like. This is the monthly closeout for the month of June. Apologies if you hear power tools. Our basement is currently getting remodeled, ridiculously expensive, and not something we could really avoid and still get a tenant in the basement. So such is life. We struggle on. If I don't record these videos, I will not budget regularly. So here we are. Thank you for being here. You are saving my bank account. Okay, so let's just close out this month. Win is down in the basement with the contractors, and it is what it is. So for inflow, you know what? I should say, if I didn't already, I do these monthly budgets and these monthly closeouts to keep things in perspective. Looking at one paycheck at a time is helpful, and it keeps us kind of focused. But when you zoom out a little, you can kind of see how things are really going. You can see more trends. My monthly budgets aren't always accurate because I find out more information later, but it still gives me a good idea of how things went. So let's get into it. For inflow, Win's paycheck was the $31.72 that was budgeted. My paycheck was the $43.93 that was budgeted. Well, no, actually I budgeted $42.93. I got $43.93. I had budgeted for like my average paycheck because I'm not a full month ahead. So my paycheck was $100 more. So we love that. Other income was $725 as opposed to the $251 budgeted. We're okay with that for sure. And that sounds like a sledgehammer's going. Apologies again. Chaos. My life is chaos. From savings, we took $15,036 as opposed to $6,355. The anything house maintenance is basically a guesstimate. I just throw out numbers, and it's never going to be accurate because there's so much happening, and we keep having to go back for more tools, and we're getting we have overlapping contractors and stuff. Just a lot's happening. So we just kind of guesstimate, and it's always more. Rollover was $3,694. That is money from last month's budget that was left over. So that is a total of $27,020 for the month, as opposed to the $14,071. It looks like a real big number. It is a real big number, but also, y'all, my bank account is struggling. Wynn's bank account's doing all right. Mine struggling. Investments is nothing. We're not investing right now because we're struggling. And then we get to his spending, which is Wynn's checking account. So rent actually didn't happen. Wynn accidentally let the payment go through because he didn't cancel the auto Zelle, the recurring Zelle payment to our former landlord, but that money was refunded to us, so it came out to a net zero. Kid bills, $293 as opposed to the $263 that was budgeted. There was just an additional $30 for a final therapy session with the boys. Just final with the kind of therapy they were getting. They are transitioning into a different kind of therapy, and I don't know what those copays will look like or when they will be charged. We just kind of have to go with the flow. And then internet was the $126 that was budgeted, which is fantastic. S&M collections, $50 that was budgeted. Heating bill, $219 as opposed to the $470 budgeted. That $470 was just a guesstimate. We had no idea how much it would be. We currently have 3 heating bills for this month anyway. 3 heating bills because we have 2 heating bills for the new place and 1 for the old. Because we don't this is a 3-unit building, and the basement unit is vacant because we have to remodel it. But in the meantime, we have to pay for the utilities there. So 3 heating bills, 3 electric bills. We're struggling here. We're trying to make it work. Bear with us. We can't just, not we can't, but it's either guesstimate or procrastinate and put off budgeting and then spend the money anyway and just wonder where it went, essentially. So, you're not my real mom. I don't know. And student loans, the 31 that was budgeted. Electric bill, 91 as opposed to 245 that was budgeted. This, again, just a wild number thrown out there. Had no idea what was going to happen because, again, 3 electric bills. And they have different due dates too. And then adventures, 40 that was budgeted. That's fantastic. Miscellaneous, 214 as opposed to the 100 that was budgeted. Not a fan, but such is life. And then Win is rolling over $4,369 into next month's budget, which is great, fantastic, because next month the mortgage is due and we only have 1 tenant and we haven't actually gotten their rent yet from the city. They have subsidized housing and we haven't gotten that payment yet. So Win's gonna have to pay the whole mortgage next month. So this is basically going to disappear immediately. But that is a total of $5,433 for his spending and leaves us with $21,587. And now he is not saving right now. That's not where we are in our journey. We got to make it through the summer first. And then we get to my spending, which is my checking account. My monthly bills, 73 as opposed to the 48 that was budgeted. I had the initial payment for the security system for $25 that was added onto here. Not actually a problem. It's just, as I said, such is life. Nothing went to extra debt. And dining out, $196 as opposed to the $60 that was budgeted. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan even a little bit. Not a fan. We really got to chill out with all the snackies. It's very hard, especially doing demolition and in the summer, because the demolition is making us hungrier because we're burning more calories. And in the summer, the kids are snacking. They are eating us out of house and home, essentially, with the snacks. But yeah, we're trying, y'all. We're struggling. Groceries in bulk, $520 that was budgeted, so that's great. Transportation, $120 is budgeted. Health, $260 as opposed to the $160 that was budgeted. I just added an extra $100 because we had a kind of chunky medical bill, so that it's not actually a problem. Health is never a problem. It's so important, and we gotta. Home shopping, $60 is budgeted. Birthdays, $10 is budgeted. Clothing and shoes, $50 is budgeted. Pet care, $30 as budgeted. Personal and alphabet, $175 as opposed to the $200 as budgeted. $25 was sacrificed to the good of the realm, to help curb the pain of all the snacky snacks. And then my rollover into next month will be $5,057, leaving us a subtotal of $6,551. And now there is $15,036 left to budget. Well, to spend, essentially. And then for my saving, I just put in here that I unstuffed $21,840 from the my school fund and put that into house maintenance. So it's actually no saving, technically, no net saving, because the money was just moved from one category to another within my savings account. So no new money was put into the savings account, if that makes sense. But that leaves us with, again, $15,036, and then we get to savings spent, which for house maintenance is $14,873. as opposed to the $6,355 that was budgeted. Again, with the house maintenance, we're just guesstimating, like, totally divorced from reality, essentially. There's no way for me to know. It's because these quotes, like, we get multiple quotes for each job that we need contractors for, but like everything kind of blurs together, and I don't know. I've been struggling. I've been so tired from using all the power tools and the manual tools and everything. It's just, I'm exhausted all the time, and I'm struggling, and this budget's still gonna happen though. And then, the last thing, flooring was $163. That was just the minimum payment. I will be paying more. I will be paying down debt aggressively once the new school year starts. But that is $15,036 of savings spent, which leaves us with nothing because that is how much was left beforehand. That makes us a zero-based budget, which of course means that every dollar has a job. It does not mean our bank accounts are at zero. Our bank accounts are never at zero. That would freak me out way too much, especially because sometimes bills come out at different times. No. We don't play that game. But yeah, before I fall asleep while recording, I'm going to sign off. I love you. I appreciate you. Never forget that you deserve financial stability, and I hope you have a great day on purpose. Bye.